Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh. Welcome back to all the Magic Arcana. Now, I've got a plan for today. I should probably mention that I've done a few things between episodes and we've had an update. So, Bearded Dragons is back. There has been an update to Bearded Dragons though. So, the locusts don't spawn in as frequently. And I believe over there, the Mega Torch that we've got also holds them back, if you know what I mean. They don't spawn in because of that thing, which is perfect, in my opinion. Absolutely perfect. So, things I did between episodes was, I've got myself a load of ancient bees, which I will try and grow up at some point. I got myself some lumber bees right here. So, lumber bees are really good because, basically, you put a log in, you know, we've got the feeding slab, for example, right here. We could put a log in here if the lumber bees were full up in one of these hives, and they just get you those logs. There used to be these little chips that you would get, and then you put a block upgrade in there. I don't think that's a part of it anymore. You just get logs now from the lumber bees. It's the same with the quarry bee. If you get a quarry bee, you could put in like clay, and it would just generate you clay. It's really good. So, and dirt and stuff is, oh, it's brilliant. So, I did grow one of them up to be an adult because we do need to use that to breed for all of the things for the wannabe. Now, that's what I'm going to try and get today is a wannabe. Now, looking through it, if I have a look at the spawn egg right here, you need a Pepto-Bismol spawn egg, meaning we need a load of Pepto-Bismols, which is this one right here. The way that you get that is a neon cuckoo bee and a sugar bag bee. So we're going to have to go and try and get both of these two. I'll try and get the neon cuckoo bee first. Then what else was it on here? It was the rancher bee, which is this one right here. That one you get from the lumber bee. That's the one that we were looking at. And you get it from this bee as well. So we are probably going to have to go find this one. It's normally in like tundra biomes. So we're going to have to find that one. Lumber bee, as I said, the way that you get this one is it's the yellow carpenter and the green carpenter. Breed them together. You get both of them from the like nest. This one, actually, I've got it on me. The dark oak nest. So I did just spam it with a load of treats and I managed to get myself a green carpenter. We got a yellow carpenter last episode. So bred these two together. I got myself 2 lumber bees because later on I do want to get maximum lumber bees because they are really good. It's a tree farm, basically. They're really, really, really good. So, yeah. And we're going to use those to get the rancher bee. You actually use the rancher bee as well with the lumber bee again. And you can get yourself a farmer bee. And we do need a farmer bee. And then you use the rancher bee and the farmer bee together to get the QB. And we do need the QB. So, there's the rancher bee. And there is the QB right there. So, yeah. And then the hoarder bee is actually really interesting because it's the collector bee, which comes from just a regular bee. So we might have to breed up some of our regular bees. And then you also just use a hopper on it and it becomes a collector bee. And then you use a shulker shell on that. If I go right here on the collector bee to get yourself some hoarder bees. So relatively easy. Also, by the way, when you squish these bees, these ones right here, the hoarder bees, you get your shulker shell back. So it's really useful in that respect. I think we've got a few shulker shells. Let's have a look in the system. 20. Yeah, we're set when it comes to shulker shells. That's really useful. What are the other things? So the QB we just talked about. Yeah, we needed that. Now, wannabees, if I've not explained what they do, wannabees are basically our gecko that we've got downstairs, you know, over there. Yeah, they're basically like a drag me, drig me, whatever you want to call it. And instead of using jars, they use ambered mobs. Now that means that we need to get some amber bees. Now, if we have a look at the amber bees, it will say, okay, it doesn't say here how you get them, but the way you get them is you brush some cold ocean ruins. Now, it's not called that in the structure compass. If we shift and right click, it's called ocean ruin cold in the structure compass. But this thing will allow us to go and find some of those. Now, I will say, okay, Must be popped out. There it is. Yeah. I've got one already. I did go and do this between episodes, and then I was like, ooh, I should probably show this on camera. So we need 2, because that way we can breed them together. Right? So that is the plan. I am not going to go over to that one. That's the one I've already been to. And I've also been to a second one. And I've also got a load of these brown amber saplings. I've got 5 of them. So annoying. Because obviously I don't want to have 5 of them. I want to have 5 bees if possible. But yeah, there we go. So there's those ones. And then finally, the last thing that I think we're going to need when it comes to bees is some skulk bees. Now, if we have a look in here, skulk bees do need a skulk shrieker. And I've got like a bunch of those, right? Shrieker. Yeah, I've got 30 because I've been silk touch shooting them up with our spellbook, right? I think it was this one we just did silk touch. So yeah, I've been picking those ones up. So the reason you want skulk bees is because the skulk combs that you get, if you put them through a centrifuge, you get these disc fragments. And really low chance of getting disc fragments, but if you like throw a bunch of them through, then you're likely to get at least a couple of these every so often. And these are actually the things that are used to make the music disc. It's not the reason we want it. They are actually used as the breeding items for the wannabees. At least they are in all the mods 10. I can't actually see what the breeding items are for the wannabees for some reason. It doesn't show up in JEI. I swear it used to. Or I might be misremembering. But if you hold over this, you see it says breeding items right at the bottom there. And this one says any flower. These are for the 2 ancient bees. In fact, I'm going to put these back right here. There you go. Get those on the go again. We are full up on honey, it looks like, over here. So I'm wasting honey right now. And I don't want to be doing that. I want to be using it up as we go. So, ooh, that reminds me. Let's grab 14 of these ancient bees. We'll get these on the go because I do need a few more ancient bees, I think, at some point. I'm going to make a bunch more, and then that way what I can do is make more allthemodium, unobtainium, vibranium ones. The plan. Anyway, today, let's focus. We will, at some point today, go and try and get some more amber bees, but let's today focus on getting this one, the neon cuckoo bee. Now, fingers crossed we could do this today. We might not be able to get all of this done today because this is quite a lot, isn't it? But the plan is if we get some... Okay, I need to go either buy them or make them. I'll probably buy them. It's easier. I'm going to go buy some... have we got any emeralds? Emeralds? We do. There we go. I'll use half a stack on each of these. Actually, I'll just use like 16, but yeah. I need to basically get... I'll get it down to about 100. There we go. I need to get a bunch of these spawning in, and they kind of only need to be the blue banded, but if we get other ones as well, that's okay as well, I guess. But if we can get a load of blue banded in here, what the neon cuckoo bee does is it just nicks the house of the blue banded. So, for example, if we got 4 blue bandeds in here, there's a really good chance that one of the neon cuckoo bees will spawn and nick its like home. So there'll be like 8 bees in here if all of them get nicked. So yeah, there we go. That's what we're doing right here. I did just dig a hole and then put a bunch of these in there. So that's all we need to do right now for that. I believe as well, that is completely outside my claim chunks. But that's fine. We can make both of those claimed chunks, meaning that whilst we're away, those will spawn in. And there's a chance that we will get a neon cuckoo bee. In the meantime, what we need to do is... I actually need my nature's compass. And what we're going to do is... we are going to go for jungle. I believe it just needs to be a regular jungle. Over here, we only need the biome of jungle. Are you going to spawn in? Or okay, there we go. Yeah, we only need the biome because the way that this works is if you're in a jungle biome and you were to break some, what they called, cocoa beans? Aha, found them. They're right here. Now, you can right-click them. That's not how they work. when it comes to productive bees. You have to break them. Like that. So what we're going to do is... Okay, that one literally matured before our eyes right there. We are going to plant a bunch of these. I don't think it matters if it's... Yeah, I'll use this bit here. Yeah. I don't think we should do the vein mine, but... It's all to do with breaking the cocoa beans, from what I remember. If you break these, then what will happen if they are fully grown, at least, if they're mature... I'm going to get attacked by those flipping locusts, aren't I? Buttholes. Yeah. What will happen is... we should get a sugar bag bee. This is how you get the sugar bag bee. From what I remember, they might have changed it since. Lobster John is always improving the mods that he develops, right? So it might have improved since then, but I'm pretty sure this is still how you're supposed to do it. Damn it. Did not mean to do that. Anyway, yeah. Plan is we're just going to grow these all the way up. All of these we've got. And then I'll break them one by one. As I said, don't do the right-clicky thing that you can do with them. Because I know that doesn't work. Or at least it didn't. I thought that was the bee then. Right, let's break these one by one. And I should probably have a bee cage on me. I'll just have the one. I should definitely be landed to do this. There you go. Sugar bag bee. And it is literally trying to escape. And we got it. Sugar bag bee right there. Love it. Meanwhile, let's see how we're doing in here. Now, it has gone nighttime, so they've all popped in. Leaf cutter, ashy mining bee, and leaf cutter. Not at all what we're looking for. We actually want the blue banded bees. I think we need the blue banded bees to be in there. There you go. They've all popped out, and I can go and pick all of these up. Right, meanwhile, what we should be doing is let's do stuff which we can do outside of this. So let's get ourselves the Hoarder bees. Now, I'm going to try and get 4 Hoarder bee spawn eggs because I would like to get 2 of these Wannabees. I mean, we could technically use the method that I've got over here for the amber bee, but I don't think it works with them. Not yet, at least. By the way, you can also use resin bees instead of amber bees, but nah, we're all good. Anyway, let's get ourselves... What was it that we wanted to go for? Let's do the Hoarder bee first. Yeah, that one's relatively easy. Yes, all of these bees were very annoyed at me. Now, what is that one right there? That looks like a Pepto-Bismol. That is an obsidian bee. All right, we'll take that one. Bee cages, thank you. Where'd you go? There you are. Thank you. Oh, what am I doing? I can literally just capture all of the bees from here, right? Oh, that was a really easy way to get a bunch of bees really, really quickly. Okay, a few of them are dying, to be fair. So we do need to use the... Ah, we could use the stingers. We got loads of stingers, right? Yeah, 49 stingers right there. That's really useful. Right, so let's pop back to the overworld. I'm kind of looking around because I'm sure... Yeah, like these things right here, they give you pollen puffs. Pile of pollen. I think you do need to use... Oh, no, you can just punch them. Let's pop these up here. So, yeah. But there's an area you can go. Is that all pollen puffs down here as well? Carvable wax. This looks really nice, by the way. I really should do a bee build at some point. I know we got Watson to do one for us on the allthemods 10 server that we were playing with 4v4. And I never got around to using it. I felt so bad. But it looks amazing. Watson did a really good job, to be fair. What is this tree? Cherry wood. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Let's not get distracted by this. /home. Oh, when it's a flipping blood moon, is it? Alright. I'm going to lock the door then. We will Oh, you know what? We can do it in here whilst we wait, I guess. You know what? I can go all the way down because I've got a new little area down here. There is an enderman in here, though. Brilliant. Right, plan is we're going to do something like this. So we can place the bee down. We can put that on there. Oh, actually, whilst we're at it, let's get the shulker shell. Where'd you go? Did you go upstairs already? Oi, come back. Thank you. And then I can pick you up. And then we can go squish this one if we wanted. This is a horrible, like, looking thing, isn't it? When it goes blood moon. Not a fan, if I'm honest. I've never really liked the blood moon. I think it's a bit... it's not my cup of tea, let's just say that. Right, now is the time that I put all of the Hoarder bees. I ran out of the shulker shells, but I'm going to put all of the Hoarder bees through here. So, Hoarder. There you go. So we're going to grab every single one of these, and they should all fit, hopefully, in here. Because a lot of them did stack, which is very nice. Very nice. Now, fingers crossed. Oh, by the way, I accidentally broke the lever that was up here. So you can actually see what this is supposed to do. If you've got a button right here, it extends the piston as the bee goes in. And as you can tell, you can get your shulker shell back. So, not a huge loss. That should get us, I think it's, oh, there we go, Hoarder. We've already got 100% Hoarder bee right there. So Hoarder bee, like, gene sample. Now, we want multiple of these, basically. So we're just going to leave this for a while. Fingers crossed. This is actually relatively quick as well. Ooh, very close. We got 3, and we got a 95%, so we need one more bee, which is fine. Because if we do bee, I swear we've got another just regular bee in here. There you go. We just take this one. And I can just do that. Come back here. How dare you? That, and then pick it back up. And now I can stick this one through, and that should get us all 4 of the Hoarder bees that we wanted. All right, I just figured something out. I was just about to put, you know, more bees right here with some honey treats. I've got a blue-banded bee. I don't know why I didn't just think about this, and we just place that one down, and it will use one of these as its, like, nest. And then, over time, we should get a neon cuckoo bee. And then I'm hopeful that the blue banded would be like, oh, well, he's nicked my nest. I'll go for a different nest. And then we might get another blue banded and stuff like that. Oh, no, another neon cuckoo. There is a lot of things spawned in over there. Now that we've got the Hoarder bee, because that's what this one is, I will go and put these on some eggs later on. But for now, we've got the Hoarder bee. We need to get the Pepto-Bismol, which actually needs the neon cuckoo bee, so we can't do that one quite yet. What else do we need? So we've done these 2. We need the QB, which actually comes from, if we have a look, that comes from the farmer and the rancher. So can we do the ranching bee? Yes, because no, we haven't. That's the one we need to go get. Cool. Okay. Right. I think it says, I don't know if this is going to work over here, by the way. What the heck is going on over here? It's just floating. Frost lilies. Okay. We'll take them. Why not? But. There we go. I think the only thing you can get from this is one of those, the bees that we're looking for, right? I am trying not to say the word because I always mess it up and I can't remember which one it is, if I'm honest. It's either sweet or sweat. It is a sweat bee. So there it is. Anyway, you just plonk one of these down in anywhere that's snowy by the looks of it. And there you go. So the rancher bee is the lumber bee and the sweat bee. So let's go get that. So in here, oh yeah, I didn't put any more bee cages in. Okay, goodness, I went through like an absolute ton of these, didn't I? Now, if I'm honest, we don't need another one of these, so I'm just going to take those out. So sweat bee, and we'll take one of the lumber bees as well. It's important to point out as well that adult, they both have to be adult. I don't know why we need to point that out, but we do need to point it out. Anyway, we need an absolute ton of rancher bees, don't we? Because... actually, no, we don't. We need one rancher bee for getting the QB. And in fact, we need to breed it up. So it's a rancher bee and a farmer bee. But to get a farmer bee, it is a rancher bee and a lumber bee. So we can just breed these up. But we also need an absolute ton of rancher bees because you need the rancher bee spawn egg. And we only need 2 of these, to be fair. So let's say we'll get 10 rancher bees overall. And then we breed them all up so we can get ourselves 10 QBs as well. Probably a good idea. The QBs, these can't breed amongst themselves, but that doesn't mean that we can't just continually breed farmer and rancher bees together, right? That should be easy enough. We just get 10 of these. That makes sense. Made our way over here, and I have found myself some suspicious looking gravel. That is going to give us another one of the trees. Brilliant. Not at all what we need, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure we'll find another one. Keep it calm, everyone. Oh, there's another one right there. Egg. That looks like the egg, doesn't it? Nailed it. Nailed it. Amazing. So we got an amber bee over in the one that was like just over there. And we've got a second amber bee right here. And I don't think this has done anything yet. So, but what we can do is... I don't like having that up. There we go. We can put amber bee in there like that. There you go. You're not a baby amber bee, are you? Adult. Adult. Cool. Those two can breed together and we can get more amber bees later on. That is going to be super useful later on. But for now, we'll just leave them. That has got us all of the rancher bees that we needed. Rancher. And I should have a few adult ones as well. Because, yeah, there's an adult rancher bee. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did indeed do it. There it is. Blue banded. No. Oh, we got nomad bee as well. Oh, that's really good. I might as well pick up the leaf cutter as well. But, yeah. Oh. Let's use a stick to get that nomad bee out. We need the nomad bee for something later, and I can't remember what it is. But I definitely know we need one. He's a tiny little... Oh, no. Is he... He's dying now. Brilliant. We can put the stinger back in, at least. That's all I care about right there. You can put the stinger back in. So, oh, that's what you need for the blaze bee and the silicon bee. Later on, we can do this to get ourselves some applied energistics silicon. Might be quite useful later on. I mean, we could just make the seed if we wanted, but that's boring. So, yeah, let's now use the... Oh, it's a child bee. Okay, we need to pop that in here then. Oh my goodness, we got so many things that we need to make adult. I might as well make the nomad bee adult as well. It has been some time later, and I will just say that I'm going to try something that we used to do back in the day. When this one's done, I will try it. Basically, this one here is a 53% chance that the honey tree will produce a Pepto-Bismol. By the way, all of these are 100%. We've got 4 Hoarder bees. We've got 2 Cupid bees and 2 rancher bees right there. And I was working on the Pepto-Bismols, and I was like, I swear there used to be a bug in this, and I wanted to try it. Because you know what they say. Abuse all the bugs you can. So we're going to get some eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. To be fair, we can just put 1 in, can't we? So, what is supposed to happen here is there's a 53% chance. So, that means that it's like 1 in 2 of a % chance to, get in there and make us a Pepto-Bismol egg. Now, what you'd think would happen is if you don't manage to do it, you would lose the honey treat. But there was a bug, which I'm not sure if Lobster John has fixed yet. But he knows of it because we've told him. And I think he said it's not high on his priority to fix it. And it's funny that it's still in. And that is, what happens is if it doesn't create the Pepto-Bismol, it just tries again. Because it's like, yeah, oh, well, we haven't got it. It's done the 53% and you didn't get it. So let's try it again and again and again, which means technically what you could do is you could leave it in. Okay. Why is the thing still there? It got rid of the egg. Oh. Maybe that's how he's changed it. Previously, it would keep the egg and it would keep the treat. So what you could technically do is if you get 100 eggs and you feed it into the baby incubator right here, and you put a 1% Pepto-Bismol in here, you've got, well, you basically got a 1 in 100 chance to get yourself a Pepto-Bismol. If you have speedier upgrades, by the way, the better versions of these upgrades right here with the Heart of the Seas and the Nether Stars, it is ridiculous how quick this thing is. It would be done with all 15 of these if there was a thing in there, right? That's how quick this thing is. So you could literally just leave them in there and it would just create you a Pepto-Bismol every single time. Now I am going to have to grow these ones up right here. Those two are adult. So I could put one of these in each and then we could just... I forgot you could do this. Oh, that would have saved me so much time. I don't mind doing things like properly though, if you know what I mean. What we do is we put this one in and then we grab the Pepto-Bismol out of here. And then we put this one in and then we grab it out. I'll tell you what, I can do that now. And then where's the Pepto-Bismol? There it is. 23% chance. So we got like a 1 in 4 basically with that one. And there we go. We actually got the Pepto-Bismol. There it is. There's a spawn egg. That's pretty cool. So now what we can do is put this on another one. And that is a 23% chance. So we're going to go through more eggs doing this. And it is obviously, it's a little bit slow because obviously we've got the speed upgrades and stuff. But that's fine. Plus, I should probably point out that I went and put very high any metaternal on these two bees right here. Meaning because I thought we were going to get 20 Pepto-Bismols. Which meant that if we were going to squish 20 of them, we'd get loads more out of the bees, out of the very high any metaternal. So it's like an investment I made right there. Seriously started raining. Brilliant. Right, let's see what happens with this one. If this one disappears, that means I think we got it. No, the egg disappeared. I like the way that Lobster John's done this, although I do still think that it should be the other way around, where the egg doesn't disappear and the honey treat does disappear. I'm not putting anything in people's minds or anything. I still think this is a bug. I'm not sure. Also, that is a thunderstorm, isn't it? Okay. Bedtime it is. That was a blood moon, by the way. So we slept through the thunderstorm, and that night it was going to be a blood moon. So we skipped the blood moon. I do think that that means this night is going to be a blood moon. So I'll probably just go hide underneath our house for a bit. Again, I'm not a big fan of blood moons, if I'm honest, but it is what it is, isn't it? So come on, let's do one more. Let's do it. Let's do it. We've got loads of eggs, so it doesn't really matter, but it's a shame, innit? So I did get the what is it, the disc fragments from the skulk bees right here. So I did put some of the skulk bees and just in this one, and I am trying to just breed a few up just in case. I don't know if it work or not, but I'm pretty sure it will. I've got the shrieker in there. I put the trapdoors, or I left the trapdoors around it because when the baby upgrade like works, a small bee, even if it's simulated, a small bee will pop out and fly around for a bit. So what you want is it to pop out, fly around for a bit, and then pop back in. And then it's trapped in there forever because of the simulation upgrade, right? But that does mean we got ourselves a disc fragment right here. And what I can do is, because I've got a bunch of these disc fragments elsewhere, right? I got them when I was in the ancient city. I can make ourselves a music disc, which we actually do need that for this, right? So, yeah. And also, these get us echo shards. The skulk bees are amazing getting us echo shards. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I didn't notice, but I put the second one I had in there, meaning that we've got 2 now. So we've got enough to make 1 of the wannabees right there. And here we go. Stick that one down. We love the look of the wannabe right there. And I can pick that one back up. And there we go. We've got a very high innate metaternal wannabe. Amazing right here. Now, I was thinking about it when we've got a couple of these amber bees going. So this one's not even finished yet. But when we've got a few of these going, what we'll do is we'll grow a couple of them up. Because I do have a ton of... Oh, Pepto-Bismol one. Right. Anyway, stick that one in. We've got a decent amount of honey treats that we can be using right now. I did go into the bumble zone to get more honey. And I got like a ridiculous amount of it. So that's why we've got so many of those. So yeah. We need this one to grow up. I might try and use the amber bee, this one amber bee, to get us a trapped wither So I actually spawned in the wither right here. I've got some screenshots, funny enough, because I was sending it over to the ATM Discord. Lobster John actually chimed in and said that range upgrades do not work with amber bees. So I got a hive with a simulation upgrade and 3 range upgrades, thinking that it would make the amber bees that were in that hive like have a wider area. Turns out they need to be in this sort of configuration. So the mob needs to be quite close to the hive itself. And range upgrades don't work with amber bees. Anyway, I ended up putting my hive in this sort of configuration here. And after a little while, they did end up giving me a wither. Now, when I was going home, I did crash. So I ended up with 2 withers. Because when I crashed, I kept my inventory. But when I came back into the game, it was still working on getting the other wither. So I got 2 of them. It's a bit weird. So I might actually trash one of the withers just because, you know, ill-gotten gains and all that. But, you know, abuse bugs and whatever they say. So, yeah. Anyway, we ended up getting ourselves a wither. So I am going to pop back home. Go back to Pilpoh. Also, you can tell that I've been working with the wither because I turned down my volume. In fact, I am actually going to go turn that back up for you guys. So I always keep it on 18. Seems like a good volume for everything. Now, there are a few bees that escaped. But I converted this one over here to being a wannabe. Remember, we got this wannabe. I popped it in here with a simulation upgrade. And I put the ambered wither right here. Now, next episode, what I will do is I will amber the Elder Guardian, the possessed Elder Guardian, because they will give you Heart of the Seas, and that would be really useful for us to get Heart of the Seas and Nether Stars. Now, yeah, there we go. We just got another hit right there, but the Wither actually gives you more than one thing in this pack. You get all of these Scripture of Magicka stuff. So it's not as easy as just slapping it down and getting yourself a load of Nether Stars in this pack. In All the Mods 10, this is a Nether Star factory, basically. Just a bunch of wannabes. Put some Omega upgrades in here, and you get like a stack every single time it procs, which is like a lot of Nether Stars. It's still probably easier to use hostile neural networks, though, in All the Mods 10. I'm just putting that out there for those of you watching who are playing All the Mods 10. So, yeah, there we go. This is going to get us Nether Stars every so often, so I'm quite happy about that. Now, right now, I am trying to get that last Pepto-Bismol, and we are running out of eggs. So, I have got a 100% right there, which I'm going to use, so we don't have to use, like, a ton of eggs. But I will get a second bee, a second wannabe, and I'll breed the absolute heck out of them. I'm planning on putting the skulk bees back down right here, and we will get them to give us, like, absolute ton of echo shards and those disc fragment things that we get. That'd be super useful. The disc fragments are used for breeding wannabes, right? So that's the plan. Anyway, I feel like we did quite a lot today, so I am going to call the episode here. Now, have you got any questions about bees? I do flipping love bees. So give me a comment down below. And massive thanks to Lobster John for this amazing mod. It is pretty much my favorite. So cheers. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.